Equestrian. I'm Danielle Pools from Dressage Plus. So today's video is the fourth video of a video series all about how to remember your dressage test. So if you have missed any of the past three videos, you can go back and watch them. The link will be on this page. And I explain the two main reasons why riders struggle to remember their dressage tests or forget their dressage tests on competition day, as well as I talk about the preferred learning, or like our learning styles. So there's four main types of learning styles, and just checking in to make sure that you're firstly know what your preferred learning style is, and then learning your test in the way that will suit you the best. So if you don't know what your learning style is, your preferred learning style, you can download my free riding quiz, which the link will be on this page, and you can take the short quiz and just work out what your learning style is, so then you can make sure you're learning your test the right way for you. So you go into competition day feeling confident and relaxed, and knowing that you've got this, your test isn't something you need to think about or worry about. You know it's in your mind and it will come to you when you need it. So today's video, as an extension to the past three videos, is all about our belief systems and our belief systems around your own ability to remember and learn your dressage test. So I want you to use this video as a trigger to check in and just see what your belief is around your ability to learn and remember your dressage tests. We have so many different beliefs in our life, and a belief about everything, and they are developed at such a young age generally. Some of those really deep-rooted beliefs, like about ourselves. So our beliefs about, are we good enough, or are we good at maths or bad at maths? Are we a naughty person, or are we an outgoing person or a shy person? All those types of beliefs are kind of concreted at early days, and they're all unconscious beliefs. Unless we have something, kind of someone bring that to our attention and bring awareness to those beliefs, they're generally unconscious beliefs, and they're developed or learnt in an unconscious way, and we're not conscious when we set a belief about ourselves. So I would assume that we all have a belief about our ability to learn and remember a dressage test, and I assume for most of us it would have been an unconscious belief that happened probably early on in our competing career. So you might have your first competition, you might have made no errors, of course, you remembered the test easily, and therefore you probably set a belief about yourself that you can remember your test well, and it's not an issue for you. Whereas someone that may have made an error of course, or a few errors of courses on at their first competition, or they might have decided they needed a caller, or their friend might have talked to them about the fact that you might need a caller because you'll probably forget your test. All these like little things that stem to that person then creating a limiting belief about themselves, that they need a caller, or they can't remember their test, or they've got a memory like a sieve, something like that, which disempowers them, and therefore creates a challenge around competing. Because a lot of riders I work with, so many of them struggle with the idea of being able to remember your dressage test, and it brings up a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, pre-competition stress and worry about thinking, am I going to remember my test? Do I need a caller, trying to find a caller, organise a caller, all of those things. And being able to change this part of your competition riding, and we can all update our beliefs and make changes to our beliefs. Once we are conscious of what they actually are, we can then definitely change them, which is very empowering. So once you work out what your belief is and start to do some work to change it, you'll then be able to shift that section of your competition riding. So if you're spending time worrying about forgetting your test, that will become a thing of the past for you, and you'll be able to use that brain power to focus on other things, like hopefully more positive things, like how your horse is feeling, focusing on some meditation or some relaxation work, visualization. So I want you, out of this video, I want you to come away with a really clear picture of what your belief is around your ability to learn and remember your tests. So if that's a challenge for you at competition day. You'll probably find that your belief is limiting or a negative belief, and that's fine. I want you to verbalize it or jot it down on some paper so you know, and then the work is in shifting that belief into a more positive, more empowering one. There's lots of different ways to do that, but a real simple way to start is once you know your limiting belief. So let's say it is, I can never remember my dressage test. Even though you've probably written a lot of dressage tests where you've remembered them the whole time, you've made no errors, of course, but your unconscious mind has delivered this belief that I can never remember my test. So you spend a lot of time worrying about it leading into competition day. Get that on paper, that belief, in your own wording, and then it's about shifting it to what do you want that belief to be. So you might want the belief to be, my dressage test always comes to me when I need it the most. So you might be in the situation where you're thinking, and this happens to me, and I think, oh, what's the next movement? Is it length and trot across a diagonal, or is it a circle? And I've created a belief where I know if I just relax, the movement will come, because I knew my dressage test 10 minutes before I went in, so I know it's there stored in my brain somewhere. So that might be a belief you want to recreate, or it might just be a simple belief like, I've got this, I can easily learn my test. And you can just start to shift that belief by writing it down and putting it in a place that you see it. So in your tack room, repeating it to yourself, sharing it with others. And this part's probably the key to any shift in your belief system or overcoming some limiting beliefs. When, as humans, when we have a belief and we share it out loud and tell some people, or we even just share it to ourselves, as humans, we don't like to lie. We're generally, most people don't like to lie. So when we say something out loud, we're at a competition, we're talking to our friends, and it's pre-riding, and we might say the belief out loud, oh, I'm nervous because I'm worried I'm going to forget my dressage test, or I always forget my dressage test, I always make errors of course, or I need a caller, I have to have a caller. And we're saying these things out loud. Then, because that part of us that kicks in where we don't want to lie, we have to make sure we're not lying and actually deliver on those negative beliefs or limiting beliefs. So it sounds really kind of messed up, but that's just a little bit how our brain works at times. So we then find, unconsciously of course, we don't generally realise this is happening, we find a way to make an error of course, or to make sure we've got a caller there even though we don't really need one. To prove that we're not a liar, we do make mistakes, we can't remember our dressage tests. And this is so disempowering, and we do it in so many different areas of our life. And I want you to just think about where in your life you might be doing this, that you're saying something out loud to someone, or even to yourself, but especially when we say it out loud, it becomes more powerful and more stronger. And it's something that you actually don't want to happen, and you're saying it out loud, and then that part of you kicks in where you don't want to be a liar. And so unconsciously your mind and your body's working on a way to make that thing that you don't want to happen so you don't look like a liar. I'm hoping this makes sense to you. It's really quite interesting how our minds work sometimes. So that's why it is so important to make sure the beliefs that we're, or the things we're saying out loud, which come from our beliefs, are what we actually want to happen. If that means you have to do a little bit of work around that to shift some of your disempowering beliefs, then that's what you've got to do. That's where we become better riders, or how we become better riders, better people, by looking at our beliefs that were created ages ago and generally not consciously, and then starting to shift them. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. I'd love to hear what your limiting belief is around your ability to learn and remember your dressage test, and what you want to shift it to, so what your new belief's going to be. So please share that in the comments below, or send me an email at info@dressageplus.com.au. I'd really love to hear. Have a great week, guys, and enjoy your next ride. I'll see you next week. Bye.